live from Hollywood. He'll stand for the national anthem as long as Fergie doesn't sing it. Your host of Secret Black People Meeting, Niles Abston!
Thank you. Oh, so good to see everybody. I know you saw the movie. I can tell by your skin color. It was good, though. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope everyone supported Black Panther this weekend. It means a lot to me because it was my birthday weekend. I turned 23. A lot of people say it's my Michael Jordan year. I don't feel any different, though. But I do feel like I need to go gamble just a little bit or a lot. I don't know. Let's keep it in basketball. It's All-Star Weekend. LeBron James was criticized by Fox News host Laura Ingraham. I did not know who this woman was until she mentioned LeBron. So let's cut it to her and see what she said.
We're going to create a new banner. This is a Jum Doc alert. NBA superstar LeBron James is talking politics again.
Jum Doc? More like bum ditch alert. She tells LeBron and Kevin Durant to shut up and dribble? What if LeBron told her the same thing by saying, like, shut up and go cook me something? But LeBron wouldn't do that because he's a good person. And by the looks of it, I think we can tell that Laura doesn't season her food well. Laura uses the shut up and blank thing as a catchphrase as part of her book, Shut Up and Sing, that cost $4. That means blank paper costs more than Laura's book. I think she should shut up and stop writing. I think she uses the shut up thing a lot because that's what her exes told her. Not a good track record, if you ask me. Superstar rapper Drake released a music video for his hit single, God's Plan, where he gave out money and scholarships on University of Miami's campus, helping out a lot of people. I'm not the biggest fan of the song, but I thought it was pretty dope to see a rapper giving out scholarships, not in a strip club. If you're like me, you supported Black Panther this weekend. It was great. It was the most black people I'd ever seen in a movie theater in my entire life. I know Donald Trump was very confused because he tweeted out, wait, did Obama get a third term? Grow Up correspondent Chelse Greaux would not mind if she ran for president and won. So let's cut to her and let's see what she has to say.
Thank you, Niles. It's time for another edition of Grow Up. Okay, enough of the sign. Okay, let's get down to the real signs. It's NBA All-Star Weekend in Los Angeles, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's NBA All-Star Weekend, and all these athletes are coming. This is what I need y'all to realize. I need y'all to grow up and realize that it's not really All-Star Weekend. What it really is this is the whole Olympics, okay? I need all y'all to realize that, all right? Whatever city NBA All-Star Weekend is in, that's where the whole Olympics are every year, you know? And the whole Olympics are great because it's not every 4 years. It's a yearly annual thing, okay? So now here we are. It's the whole Olympics. And the reason it's the whole Olympics is because hoes come from all over the world to come into wherever all these NBA players are with money and try to, like, accidentally get pregnant, right? I mean, and it's not just like the hoes from down the street. Yes, the hoes from down the street, like the top shelf hoes, the Belvedere hoes from like Compton are coming, but you're also getting like Scandinavian hoes, you know, South American, like Brazilian hoes, Argentinian hoes. You're getting European hoes from Russia, Prussia. You know, Prussia don't even exist no more, but they still have residual hoes. Like there's residual Prussian hoe offspring that comes to the All-Star Weekend. So that's all of them coming here. And also, like, let's not even forget, like, there's these hoes. The reason they're Olympic level hoes is because they spend all their time and money and energy into becoming these facades that all these NBA players are, like, enticed by. And also, too, you have to be really smart to be a professional hoe because you have to know how to sneak past security, okay? And that's a skill, okay? Because NBA players have top level security. So those are the hoes that are in town in Los Angeles this weekend. I have seen them, honey, and they are out. When I tell you they are out, they are out. They are out more than every gay man in Los Angeles, and the gay men in Los Angeles are OUT, baby. So, I mean, shout out to the hoes, but I just want everybody to grow up and realize that NBA All-Star Weekend is not about the NBA, okay? It's about the hoes that really dedicate their lives to, like, sneaking past security, getting to an NBA player's hotel room and poking holes in a condom and crossing their fingers that they'll get pregnant by, you know, the next LeBron James. So I just need us all to understand that that's what's really going on. Everyone's like, ooh, the dunk contest, and I love that stuff. I love basketball, I get that, but that's not what's going on this weekend, okay? It's the whole Olympics, and in 2 months, we're going to find out who got the gold medal, okay? Even if you're not in the whole Olympics, that's fine, because you can also grow up and you can learn how to be a proper hoe, okay? Because I don't have a problem with, hoe-ness or whatever. I feel like it's a lifestyle, but I do feel like a lot of hoes have their priorities jacked up. Now, if you're going to be a hoe, you got to have yourself together, all right? Ladies, you want to be out here wilding out and stuff like that, what you need to do is you need to make sure you have a home before you have hair, okay? Because a lot of hoes are out here with $1,800 weave in their hair and they don't have a home or a bed to sleep in. Now, that's poor hoeing, okay? That's poor hoeing. And I think you need to grow up and realize that maybe I should spend that $1,800 on an apartment instead of Remy extensions. Because dudes that are out here in the NBA, they'll hook up with you and stuff like that, but it's just not worth it in the grand scheme of things. So I just want everybody to understand that the whole Olympics is going on, but if you are gonna hoe, you gotta be top shelf with it, okay? Don't come out here in some old school pair of Sucos thinking you about to get an NBA player boo-boo. Don't come out here with basic ass makeup and you think you about to get an NBA player. It's not about to happen. And the real thing is sad, is a lot of these NBA players, they're cool, but they ain't that smart, think about what you're reproducing with, okay? Because I'm really sick and tired of all these women that are like, I just want to have sex with a rich man. I want to have a baby with a rich man, a baby with a guy who's bald, and a baby with a guy who's VIP. But if he's dumb, then your kid gonna be dumb too. I need you to grow up and realize that, okay? I need you to understand that if you gonna have a dumb kid, then you want to be the mother of a dumb kid. And I think that's even more exhausting than having a dumb kid, period. So grow up, ladies, and realize that you can be a hoe, but there's hoes out here that have been doing it for 20, 30 years, okay? And they are dedicated. They have removable teeth and stuff like that. And that's a hard thing to compete with, especially with NBA players. So I feel like we should really just respect each other and grow up, okay? I think bottom shelf hoes need to know your place so that you're not competing with top shelf hoes. This is a tough weekend, okay? Because in 2 months, we're going to find out who got the gold medal. Some girls about to be like, I'm pregnant by the next LeBron. And I was like, okay, you got the gold medal. The girl who got the pregnancy scare, she gets the silver medal. And the girl who got to the security door, that's the girl that gets the bronze. So as long as you know your level, we going to be good, girl. We going to be good. So I think you should grow up on that end. That's it, y'all. I'm keeping it short tonight because it's All-Star Weekend, and let's be honest, a lot of y'all are thinking about parties you can't get into anyway, so I feel like we should just learn these lessons for the next All-Star Weekend. Get your plane ticket ready. If you're gonna hoe, you need to start the process now, okay? You need to start getting the surgeries. You need to start meditating on what kind of hoe you want to be, and get ready for the 2019 Hoe Olympics, because the 2018 ones are done, okay? Somebody got pregnant this weekend, and somebody's about to be paying a whole lot of money because a hoe got past 17 levels of security, okay? Y'all think y'all doing something, going through video games? Oh, I'm playing video games. I got to level 29. No, you got to floor 29, okay? That's what hoes get to. Hoes are about getting to the floor, okay? What floor is the top shelf NBA players on? Floor 35. Oh, floor 35. I'm going to get to floor 35. Thank you. So I think we all should focus on growing up, rising up to floor 35, okay? Floor 35 is the message for today. So that's my message. Thank you so much. Please grow up, always. Much love from Chelse, Greaux. And I'm going to send it back over to your host, Niles. Thank you.
Thanks, Chelse. Somebody who's never had to grow up, Donald Trump Jr., came to the defense of his horrible father, saying he's not a racist because he takes pictures with black people. Man, thanks, Don. I really appreciate the pictures. Us Negroes really appreciate it. No, I don't agree with that. The girl from Get Out had pictures of black people too. Another guy that really doesn't like Obama too much, Mitt Romney, is said to be running for Senate in Utah. I guess he decided, all right, I lost to a black guy once. I'm going to go somewhere where I'll never have to do that again. Unless he practiced with the Utah Jazz or something. I hear they have a couple black guys. I'm sure by now we all know about the school shooting that happened in Florida at Parkland. It was very sad. Emma Gonzalez, a student from the school, gave a very passionate speech, claiming that this is going to be the last mass school shooting ever. I hope she's right, because it seems like we're always having to talk about this. She gave such a passionate speech that many people want Emma to be our new president. Isn't it sad that the country wants someone who hasn't finished high school to be our president because our president sounds like someone who hasn't finished high school. It was said that Nicholas Cruz, the shooter, was being trained by a white terrorist organization. How in America is an extremist organization able to operate without government intervention? When 6 black people can't even walk down the street without somebody wanting to call the police. And if we want shootings like this to stop, we're going to have to look at the money trail. Russia gave $30 million to the NRA, which shows that Russians care more about Americans voting than Americans do. Many are calling to arm teachers. Hell no. I was a black kid in a conservative white private school in the South. If that had happened, detention would have been the least of my worries. I mean, come on. When are these things going to stop? It seems like it's a cycle. It seems like we're always having to talk about it. I think we can all agree that anything that can give you a 25 kill streak on a video game like Call of Duty shouldn't be available to the public. Hopefully these young voices at this school are going to call to action. They're tired of people like Marco Rubio lining their pockets with millions of dollars from the NRA while not doing anything but giving thoughts and prayers and supporting President Trump and his repealing of background checks from gun ownership. Things have to change. These shootings don't have to happen, and we need to protect our young people better. America, we have to be better. This is Secret Black People Meeting. I'm Niles Abston. We'll be right back with your special guest, Jamel Dotson.
The confidence really comes from inside, it has to come from inside, or else, if you care about when people say about the size, or, then, you just can't make it, So you have to have like your own reasons, your own motivations.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You gotta create your own bravery.
Exactly. You have to have your own reasons and your own passion to go forward, and that's where your confidence will be.
My slogan growing up was, I may be small, but I can make a big difference.
I know.
I may be small, but I can suck a big dick.
Okay, Mia. All right. That took a turn, didn't it?
That was mine growing up as a kid.
What's up, everybody? You just saw a commercial for Small Talk with Lila Hart. She's at the Snow Jam Festival in South Dakota right now, rocking the stages, doing a little comedy, but check out her show. It's really funny. But right now, I have my special guest, Jamel Dotson.
Hey.
He's here.
What's that?
Jamel's been on the show before. He's on like the panel, but now I had to get him in as the special guest. So this episode's about him, So it's good to have you on here, bro.
Hey, man, it's good to be here.
How
I
you
appreciate it. Feeling good, feeling great.
That's
what I mean? Yeah,
That's good. You feeling extra black?
Hey, it's a good time to be black.
It
what I mean?
is.
It's melanin. It's
Well,
starting to get recognized.
it's a better time to be black.
Well, it's a better time. Every time is good to be black all the time, and all the time is good to be black.
Right.
Yes, it is.
Except when they're looking for a black person.
Unless
that's when it's not good to be black.
I'm trying to change the narrative. You know what I mean?
Nah, I feel you, bro. We gotta do something.
I don't know.
That narratives control everything.
Really, they do, man.
Everything is a narrative, man. I mean, that it's what you're socialized to believe as a child. It affects what you do as an adult. So narrative is everything.
Everything. See, go see Hidden Figures.
Yeah, exactly. If I had a movie like Hidden Figures when I was a little kid, probably would have taken math more seriously.
I mean, I had no idea that black women were the first computers. Like,
idea.
Not only were they the first computers, they also put together the first computers.
And they couldn't go to the bathroom.
What do you know?
While they were doing it. Okay? Yeah. Had to go across town to go to the bathroom.
And you see that little foxtrot she had to do coming back, all in between getting America on and off the moon. Ain't that something? Anyway, black women.
Loved them. Like, I'm telling you, if I had seen that movie as a kid, I guarantee I would have taken math and science more serious.
Certainly would.
It's crazy how things like that work, but it's just like seeing things portrayed like that. Because I didn't care about math or science growing up. I was a writer and I did English and all that kind of stuff, but science and math I just accepted. Oh, I'm not good at this, whatever. But if I had seen that movie when I was younger, I think I would have taken it more seriously.
Movies.
Movies, hey.
Narratives.
Literally, man.
Truth. I don't know. Justice.
I'm really just thinking about it right now. I'm like, dang, like I wish that movie would have came out when I was a kid.
I don't know.
Interesting.
It's all happening in the right time as much as people can handle like
right.
this. Even though I definitely
it's like it's a little spoonful every now and then. It's like things are starting to get blacker and blacker and blacker. Because like last year we had Get Out. This year we had Black Panther, so it's just like we're about to just have these Black History Month hits every February. So next year I'm expecting another Black History Month hit Hollywood.
This is like the "We Told You So" era.
Yes.
Like black folks sitting back like, see, we told you so, and white folks are like,
white folks like, well, they didn't tell us.
Well, we told you so.
It's crazy. It's like this. Like you said, it's this "We Told You So" era where it's like we've been saying this literally since the '60s. And y'all have either ignored us or say, oh, you're just being emotional. And then now it's like, oh, wait, I guess black people were like, hey, we were wrong for treating black people like that. We should have let them be people. You know? Hey, wow, they actually do well when you give their movies budgets. Who would have thought?
We told you so. That's all right. We mean all of this in a positive way. In a positive way.
Right, and
we're trying to
revitalize
and rekindle, just transform in a positive way.
Right. We're not gonna do y'all like y'all did us.
No, because we can't do that. See, that's what I think a lot of y'all are scared of. We're not going to do it.
Bro, I be thinking about that all the time. Like I think because
we might want to.
That's why that phrase I really like when they say other people getting rights and privileges doesn't mean you're losing yours. White people got their privilege from taking away from others. So when other people get privileges and start to come up, they feel like, oh, they're going to take it back. And so that's why there's a lot of pushbacks. They feel like they're about to lose something. No, it's just other people are gaining.
People have really, I don't know if equality has ever really been felt. And since so many people have lied about it.
Exactly.
I think it's definitely hard to trust that that's, what. So think about the cycle of abuse, right?
Yeah.
So if nobody really has experienced love before, which really that's all social justice is,
that's a great
right?
analogy.
So all you know is how to sort of reciprocate or show what you've been shown, or how to do, and even then you
that's
need
why
practice.
When some black people's ideologies, I have to tell them, are you trying to take down white supremacy to give equality to all, or do you just want to be the new oppressor? And that's wrong as well.
Absolutely.
But the thing is, all we've seen is oppression.
Right.
So it's a lot of times like, all right, if black people did get this privilege, if we did get these things, are we gonna use it the right way, or are we just gonna become another oppressor? And so like you said, if you've never seen love, how are you gonna give that?
How do you give it? But it's also a good time, I think, now, because people are becoming more aware of themselves.
Exactly.
And at least they're asking questions.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't think we're just scratching the surface right now.
Oh,
the depth of
I
mistreatment.
don't even know we're at the surface
so
yet.
I'm very interested to see how.
What's it going to like 20 years?
How deep people are willing to go.
Right.
As if you've ever, like Dave Chappelle had mentioned, even though I appreciate that, talking about truth and reconciliation commissions, even it's something that's happening right now in terms of social justice reform that's going on in juvenile justice. Call it restorative justice.
Right.
But you're dealing with not only the perpetrators but the offenders.
Yeah.
And it is very difficult for the offenders to just be in the room and hear
that you're wrong.
Right?
I mean, have you ever? I try to put myself in white people's shoes sometimes. Like, have you ever been somewhere where somebody just told you, like, "Hey, you were wrong for doing that"? That's how this era of "we told you so." That's how white people feel all the time. They're in these rooms where basically people are saying everything you've learned, everything you know, is a lie.
And that's hard, because white guilt at the same time, though, and this is what a lot of dealing with. Because I feel for them, but it's feeling sorry. White guilt.
But I can't feel sorry for you because everything I was taught was a lie. I was taught I was less. I was taught my culture didn't matter. I was taught I was ugly because of my skin color. I was taught all these things from birth. By socialization in America.
Let me take that back. And it's not that I understand.
I understand. I don't feel bad for white people at all.
I don't feel bad. Well, and I'm saying that the guilt that most feel it's white guilt for me is just feeling sorry but not sorry enough to give it back.
Exactly.
You know, and so that's why the guilt is still there, because you know you're still perpetrating this. Like, I'm, you know, and that's what.
I'm sorry,
people
but
up.
hey, I like
You
my
know,
privilege though,
this is
with
why-
a side of bacon. You know, so it's.
And it's, I understand, you know, I understand. I mean all of this in a positive way, you know, I really do.
As positive.
You know, as positive as possible.
Yeah.
We can do better, you know, but the power is yours.
It really, and that's the thing. At the end of the day, it really, like, we can have all this stuff. At the end of the day, it comes down to white people just saying, like, hey, we have privileges and we should share. Like,
That's it.
But it's simple as that. It comes down to that. It comes down to that in the way you vote, the way you spend your money, and the way, just everything that you do.
That's what's good about Trump, huh? That's a positive thing. There's the one good thing about, because we wouldn't even be having these conversations. So many people wanted to say, hey, we're past it.
Yeah.
And Trump constantly puts back in your face that no, we're not, you know? And so this uprooted and disrupted families.
Yeah.
And all sorts of denial that used to go on can't happen right now.
It's like you can't ignore it any longer because it's a sick. It's like having that sickness for so long
Right.
inside, but now you're starting to get the bumps and it's starting to turn out and materialize outside on your bodies. And now it's like, oh, we really need to do something.
Yeah, it's like an ulcer, you know. I mean that in a positive way. You know what I mean? But once you really, you can't deny it anymore.
It's
after
there.
you've gotten a hernia, you know, that's a little.
And hopefully we can all come together and bring peace and change.
Maybe, you know, I really do believe.
But until that, if y'all just give us a movie like Black Panther every year, you know, hey, I might get over it.
For Wakanda.
Right? And so speaking of that, we're going to be right back. In fact, if you have not seen Black Panther yet, I suggest you stop watching right now. This is spoiler alert. We're about to have a cool panel discussion with Brunch host Arthur Hamilton about the movie Black Panther. So we'll be right back and check out a commercial of Brunch.
They think they're killing it right there. This nigga did this. He did the stapler. Kevin Garnett, shut your ass up. What are you talking about? You gotta get. Just be quiet. This is already awkward enough.
Oh.
What is this?
Baby, still water. Lands no peace, disease, still water. Want you to die, that's crazy, still water. Air still free, so we still water. LA made me, baby, still water. Still water. LA made me, baby, still water.
Goddamn hair in there. What?
We're back. And we added one more black person, so if we walk down the street, we'd scare people.
Damn sure. It's a game, right? This is illegal. Hey, that's 1, 2, 3 too many. That's.
Hey, one time this happened at Garage Bike. Somebody was like, hey, you want to go walk with me get top? I said, nigga, no, you know what neighborhood we in, right? Walking down with 2, 3 black niggas, hell no. We're going to get pulled over or gangbang.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Two niggas is like, okay. 3 is like, they gangbanging.
It's a problem.
So, shit. Oh, man. How you guys? Y'all good?
Yeah, man.
It's been a good weekend, huh?
It has, you know, busy
Black
weekend.
Panther
Good
came
weekend.
out. Black Panther, man.
Better know it.
It was such a good movie. It was so good. It's just like there was no moment in that 2 hour and 14 minutes where I was just like, all right, I'm ready to go home.
No, not at all. I was like,
I didn't want to
keep
leave.
it going.
Because you know the original cut was 4 hours.
Right.
What?
And I was kind of like, I mean, I ain't got nothing to do. I'm like, I watched a 4 hour movie.
For the culture, you know?
For real, I
And the
almost
thing
said
was, you forget it's a superhero action movie because it's layered with so much emotion and heart and just so many.
So much
different
of
things.
so much of it hit home with me, and I was just like, man, this made like watching it. I was like, I kind of feel like everything is gonna be okay for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a sense of like,
Yeah, for a little bit until you walk outside the
until I walked out, and I was
Oh,
like,
now I'm back.
Oh shit, we in America
Oh,
again.
yeah, you're right.
especially when I drove home, smoked the rest of that blunt, and I was
have
like,
any superpowers.
Right. So I don't get one of
Shut
those.
up.
I don't get one of those suits. Damn. Like,
Nope. Wakanda's not real.
It's not real. It makes it like,
I started looking at people's rings and shit.
yeah.
Who you from? Oh, no.
And it's like I laugh to cover the pain, but it's like it makes you happy to see Wakanda, but it also makes you mad. because that's uncolonized Africa, and
Yes.
it had to be fictitious because that's
Right.
not a thing. There's no such thing as uncolonized.
That's what I was thinking about too. I was like, man, what if that makes me think about like, man, like,
What if white people would have
what if
minded their own business?
mind their own business? And what if we would have just been left to live? Like, just if y'all would have just left us alone, like that could have been us. I don't know. Like,
Crazy, man.
I won't address that. It's a large wormhole.
Go ahead.
A large wormhole. I don't know.
Jump in the wormhole. Let's see what this is for.
I think that, it's weird because power is interesting,
Yeah.
and they say knowledge is power, which is pretty much true. Like if you don't know how to make fire or food or whatever, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is, like, people have always, if you get some knowledge about how to do something, and that pushes you forward, it gives you the option or the power to potentially use that against, your brother, say, if we are all that in humankind.
Yeah.
So,
Because no one is perfect.
all of the inventions, right, that have been brought together. Now, it's not gunpowder, which we can give to the Asians, who are wonderful engineers, and they're great at war, but their thing is they have honor, and they fight one, this is to another. But mass death, what does that belong to? The gun.
Yeah.
You see?
Sure.
Now the gun that comes from one particular culture.
Yeah.
And the machine gun, which is Gatling, I cannot think of was it. And hey, that's definitely.
How can we kill people faster?
And so, what method or what does the gun do? The gun allows you to go and control mass death.
That was interesting. That's an interesting thing. Hey, you notice in Wakanda, there's no guns.
No guns.
None.
They had the strongest. Vibranium is not real, but it was the strongest material in the world, and they didn't make any guns out of it.
So
they had spears that could do like energy blast, really, like.
They didn't make guns.
Oh, my point to wrap it up was just talking about power. And so when you have those things, it's like, well, how did you use or apply that power?
Yeah.
So you applied it in a way, do you have that helped? Or did it hurt? Did you predate, on someone? Or did you help to support, to build them up? Was there some synergy involved? And so, as we think about that, it's something about, say, Wakanda, then they have enough technology if they wanted to. Because, see, to think to have no fear, that means that you must be, and they are, the most powerful thing out there.
Exactly.
And so to wield that power benevolently, that's something.
Because Daniel Kaluuya's character that was in Get Out, you saw how ready and excited he was when Killmonger was talking about let's spread the thing, because he already knew we the best.
Yeah, he was like,
it was confidence in what they had. He knew like they had this power, and like I want to hear what you guys think about how Wakanda basically they watched slavery happen. They watched colonization happen. Right. They watched Black Americans suffer while they had all these resources, and they basically fooled the rest of the world to think, "Oh, we're this third world country that doesn't even have water." Yeah. But on the inside, they're this utopia.
The most advanced.
What did you guys like? What were your feelings? Because I didn't know that about Wakanda specifically. Because I read some of the comic books and I didn't know that they basically cloaked themselves as a third world country, so no one would know what was going on.
Yeah.
How did you guys kind of feel about that? The symbolisms there, where like there's definitely discourse between Africans and African Americans, where it's just kind of like, yeah, you guys have this culture and tradition, and we've been suffering in this other country.
Yeah, and it's crazy because watching the movie is like. It's like, shit, I understand from both sides.
Right.
Because it's like, damn, you don't want to, as Wakanda, you don't want to, like, bring all this trouble to yourself and put all these eyes on you. Because, you know what the man is going to potentially come and do. You know what, there's a sacrifice. And then also, like, just seeing the other side, just seeing, just...
Why didn't you help us here?
Why you didn't help us? And it made me sympathize and... kind of understand what, Michael B. Jordan's character was doing and why he was upset.
Yeah.
And so it's like, damn, they did watch us. Like, they know what's going on. They have fucking spies here.
Yeah, they know everything. T'Challa's character was educated in Oxford, England.
Mm-hmm.
He knew everything.
Everything.
So he couldn't play dumb. And that's why, like, I think it's crazy what has to happen. It's like, I like what they did with Killmonger. He was extreme, but this is in the real world as well. Things don't change until an extremist or something extreme happens to change the course of things. Yeah, T'Challa knew black people were suffering. He knew these different things because Nakia, which is Lupita's character at the beginning, literally said the same thing as Killmonger, but in a more peaceful way. to change things.
Mm-hmm.
He heard what she said but wouldn't listen. Now when this nigga tried to kill him, oh shoot, hey, maybe we need to change things.
Right.
And so it's just like it's crazy to even say we need things like Killmonger, these extreme things to make people in power change stuff.
That's just with life, crazy. Man.
It's a catalyst, but people have power.
Yeah.
Right? And I think, we don't recognize the power that we have as individuals.
Right.
We look for someone else
always
to do something
else.
Mm-hmm. While at the same time we disregard the fact that person who did something was just another human.
Yeah.
Right? So that means that
grass isn't always
right. We all have the potential to do, based on, of course, their
right.
support, networks and things that go into that. But we're all only human.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like how they put out that they showed the conflict because on a certain level, I've been through Killmonger phases.
Yeah, those all
I have
anger.
And if you're thinking in terms of a Martin and Malcolm sort of thing, a Malcolm is someone who's
definitely for sure.
Which one would you rather deal with?
Yeah.
So it's not to say that one or the other is less radical in they're both talking about equality and human rights and civil rights. Yeah. Just one is willing to go about it, right? In a different way.
Yeah.
Now he's somewhat misguided, very misguided,
right.
Which is that you've taken on like that anger is. Like
that's why his character was so important.
He movement of love
with all that anger.
And be fueled by anger.
Because I think that character was so important because white America sees Killmonger and is like, oh shit, that's how they feel about this? Like, that's how a lot of them feel. Like, I sympathize. He was wrong completely. He killed women. He disrespected people. He did all this wrong. But his ideology is of, I have something that's been taken away from me. I've been disadvantaged, and I want
my whole life. And I'm
want it back.
Angry. We've all been there. We've all been at that angry point too. It's like I'm fucking.
And can
mad.
you be mad at him for being mad?
No, and that's why I sympathize with him. It's
wrong.
like, I've been
and
there.
And the other thing,
completely.
None of us asked to be black. He didn't ask for his father to get taken away. And so he's like literally like angry Black America almost in a character, and I thought that was very interesting.
That's what he's kind of he embodies. I think as a
him being half African was really dope as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
That drew me.
But displaced.
You
see what I'm saying?
That's what Black people are.
He was taken, his father took him out of that spot, told him about where he was from, never seen it before, gave him a mark so you could go back, or at least if they were like, hey, is this you? Which on a certain level you could say is melanin. Right. Anyway, but then he gets back. But he's different. So he's talking different.
He's totally different.
Completely different. So until he was, I do appreciate this. Another thing, they didn't pull out some just made up, that was real language.
Oh yeah,
Now, that was really cool.
Now, I'm pretty sure they were speaking Zulu.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure it was Zulu.
I read an article where saying the language was.
So hey, so bona, un poeto, dadu so bona. That shouts South Africa, Cape Town, beautiful place. Mm-hmm. But that sort of thing is it's weird. There's an affirmation of culture, but at the same time, I'm back here, but you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Let's say Eric Killmonger isn't this angry murderer or whatever. He say he's this nice guy. He goes to Wakanda. He's still not gonna be accepted because he's just not one of them.
No, he's not. Yeah,
and that's what being black in America is. We're not any. We're black in America. We don't have a culture. We don't have a tradition. That's why we had to create one.
Yeah.
America is black culture. Everything in America is based off of what black people created.
Yeah.
And so we had to create an entire culture because we had one taken away from us that we can't look back to. And so he tried to embrace the Wakandan culture, but at the end of the day, he ain't Wakandan.
Yeah,
no.
He's not.
The thing in his mouth is, but he's not. He's a nigga from Oakland. And it's just...
real nigga from Oakland.
He just... Bro. that nigga was real. But it's just like, at the end of the day, he's a black dude from Oakland. He's never going to be Wakandan. No. He's not. And it's because it's a difference of culture. And like me, like I had African teammates, like I ran track in college, and it was interesting seeing just like the differences in culture and all these kind of things. Mm-hmm. And like, but then what was really cool was I went to a predominantly white university in Oklahoma. Right. So when a lot of African students try to separate themselves from Black American students. And one actually told me, like, yeah, bro, my parents said don't associate with Black Americans. And so, like, but then when racism and stuff would happen, they would realize, like, oh, wow, white Americans look at us and them the same way. Yeah, when the police pulls up, he don't hear the Nigerian in my accent. I look like him.
You would nigga.
And so, and that kind of brought us together when those experiences happened. I had a teammate from South Africa that was scared to leave his room when a police shooting happened in Tulsa. He was like, I'm not leaving my dorm room. Because we don't have this in Africa. Police don't kill people.
Yeah.
Off race.
Well, one, nigga is universal, and two, the race is and racism is a global, and whiteness is a global, thing.
Global thing.
But see, the way misinformation, this awareness time is global that's happening.
Right.
So this misinformation is happening all over in different places. So, for example, they will spread the idea of difference, like don't associate with them.
Like we think they're all poor and they can't eat stuff. That's not right either.
Everybody is miseducated about the other. Yeah. So before anybody's ever communicated with, you've been bombarded with this misinformation, which comes in images that you hear. You can even hear the jokes that people tell about. I was just listening to another comedian, a big name, talking about huts and shit.
That's not real.
Like, it's not real.
If
you live in the bush, you want to live in the bush. You know what I mean?
Literally, all my African friends come from like very nice homes, doing well.
Mercedes, they have nice watch, Rolex. They're doing very well.
Very well.
I had a teammate from Zimbabwe that wanted to transfer, and our track coach got mad. And like white people get angry that little bit of racism comes out. Yells at him and tells him to go back to his hut in front of the whole team, bro.
Oh, we'll have to jump that nigga.
And I was just like, he ain't from no hut. His parents got more money than you do. You're just a track coach at a college. And so he literally told him go back to your hut.
Oh.
And that came out because that's what
a killmonger. That's what a killmonger wants to come out.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
What you say?
I kill all these people just to get to you.
Hey, when he sat on that throne, I was kind of like, well, I mean, because you felt it. I was like, T'Challa, you cool, bro, but
you need to be more of a savage, man. You gotta be more savage.
He was a little. He threw his ass off the
side.
He said,
he gonna kill Forrest Whitaker? Come on, he gonna kill Forrest Whitaker.
He didn't hesitate at all.
Forrest was a snitch. All right, Forrest was a snitch.
That was cool. He was
lazy.
Yeah, Uncle James, and then he stabbed him like that.
I never freeze, Uncle James.
Dude, that was such a great 3-dimensional villain, man.
And he worked for the white man.
Government, yeah.
He learned
he even said
and with the white man.
Without saying white people, he basically said I learned how American white people took shit. So
you gotta learn from their enemies.
That's crazy, and that's like we were talking about when we get power. Are we trying to spread love and equality, or are we trying to become another oppressor or another imperialist? And that's where Killmonger was wrong.
Right.
He wanted to become an imperialist. He wanted to basically be a Black Alexander the Great.
And that's the cycle of abuse to me. If he had the love,
exactly.
Yeah, if he had the love, he would have been directed in
fact,
different way.
Think if let's do a different storyline. Let's say his father doesn't get killed. He's raised to be Wakandan in America. He graduates college, goes to Wakanda. They probably figure out a way to bring Black Americans to Wakanda and try to do a treaty.
You know what's crazy? The father got mad too because he felt betrayed.
Yeah.
When he was actually really trying to do something.
He was trying to help. He just did it with the wrong person.
Yeah, he did it with wrong person. He was going in the wrong direction with it too. Yeah, and then he pulled that gun out. Bam! And how can you can't really blame the king for killing him.
Exactly, because he pulled the gun on him.
He was about to kill him.
Yeah, he was about to kill homeboy.
And he was, I'm pretty sure what he was doing was he was helping to start a war. Yeah. So he was doing what his son was doing, so he was misguided in and of himself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
he was.
It was...
And what he said was so. I mean, it hit me so hard. He was just like, these people are incarcerated wrongly. There's guns and drugs being ran into their neighborhoods.
People are being killed.
There are people are being killed for no reason, and we're not doing anything about it. I was just like,
we're sitting back here living this wonderful life.
They didn't go. I mean, they couldn't go into it because the movie's already too long. He probably had experiences where he was treated like a black American in Oakland, California, and he was like, wow. So he comes. He's a prince from a country and has all the resources. He's been treated like royalty until his 20s, 30s. He comes to America, he's treated like an N-word by these police.
Look at the basketball court he was shooting at.
Exactly, and so like he's treated like this. He's like, no, I'm Wakandan, I'm this prince, I'm this, but they see me as this black American.
Shut up, nigga.
And so he's just like,
say it again. Let's hear it. I'm from say it. For Wakanda.
Yeah, exactly. And for a lot of people, they can't see the plight of others until they experience it. So I'm sure he probably had a run in with the police. I'm sure he probably did. And so, but then he's just like in the back of his mind, he's like, I'm Wakandan, I shouldn't be dealing with it.
He even killed his love interest. He killed her.
That was crazy.
And you know what's funny too?
And it shows you nothing was gonna stop him.
Nothing was gonna stop him. When I saw him dragging the body, I thought it was gonna be her so he could bury her like I don't know, like
he didn't care, bro. He was giving them what they wanted so he could get in.
Yeah, nah, nigga, I got shit to do.
Bro, he said, I trained my whole life to come here and kill
that was wrong. I said, he's about that life.
I done killed in Iran, in the United States.
Reaction.
He said, here,
in the theater.
Iraq.
Iran.
That's a lot of...
Dog, the deepest.
That's a lot of murder.
Somebody shared this post too. They shared this post saying that last line. He was like, "No, bury me in the ocean with my ancestors who wanted death over bondage."
Yeah, because when the slave ships came, there were a lot of slaves that threw themselves off the ships.
Yeah,
but that way they threw their children off the ships. Yeah. So that way they knew what was coming.
Yeah, they're like,
and like when he said that, I mean, I feel like that resonated with a lot of people. You know. And like me and Arthur were talking about yesterday how like all he ever wanted was to see that Wakandan sunset since he was a little boy. That's all he beneath the anger, the murder, all that kind of stuff. That's all he wanted to see.
That's what he started talking about right when he got stabbed too.
When that was really dope that T'Challa brought him up there to see it before he died, you know, because he didn't want to kill him like that. At the end of the day, that's his little cousin, you know, like he understood what because that's another thing somebody brought up. There's never been a movie where a villain's actions has changed the course of action for the hero.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, and the hero was like, he went back into his dad and he was like,
changed.
You were wrong. Exactly. You guys were wrong.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not coming here. I'm not coming here. I'm about to take us out of the shadows. Right. We're gonna help our people.
And like
I was like, damn.
With the scene after the credits where he's been in front of the UN where he's talking about how they're gonna offer resources, that doesn't happen without Killmonger.
No.
Unfortunately. And he could have just listened to Lupita at the beginning.
Killmonger came in, shook his reality up like you are, you know what I'm saying? You guys are sitting here not helping us, and it seems like you guys think you're better than us. Like you're not gonna help us, and you're not better than us. Right. And I showed you because I came here and I beat your ass.
Beat your ass in front of everybody. He said, "I don't need the whole country to watch."
Yeah, let's go this right now. Yeah.
Oh, you know what got me though? When I got melanin, it comes with rhythm. I think it goes like this is how you know it's a black movie. The difference between like I've noticed black folks white. The minute it got in with the fight scene, and they start in. I was in my seat like, nigga, come on. I was there.
That's it.
All of us, like another, they were looking
Black
like
Panther, Black Panther definitely had the Black Panther movie definitely had more rhythm than the other Marvel movies.
Dude, hey, and I was thinking too, I was like, damn, these motherfuckers are dancing hella good, and they are not in a good mood. My nigga, they're like, yo, this fool come over here trying to.
They're mad and still can't be.
There was a scene, Lupita. Look, I'm in LA
stacked,
right now. Look, I don't know what you didn't, not in 12. Look, Jamel Dotson. You know,
I love me some
wonderful. I don't care who you. I just want to.
Peter fine.
You know.
Good.
Beautiful.
Lift you
Queen.
up. You know.
Queen.
Beautiful. Queen Lupita, man. Beautiful. I really loved her character. I would like to see a movie. I like a standalone movie because she's a spy and she's in the different African countries. I think because it started in Nigeria. I'd like to see a movie about Nkele as a spy. Like,
I was nervous. I was like, damn, since she's a spy, he was talking about loyalty. I was like, and the king said you have to surround yourself with people that you trust.
Yeah.
I thought somebody was going to betray him.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it was the other guy with the other tribe.
Yeah.
But also, it didn't really feel like betrayal because you understood why they were upset and why they wanted to go help us. You know what I mean?
He was just ready to do it. He was kind of like ready to do it at any cost.
Yeah, and then the other scene too at towards the end where his girl, he's like, "My love, would you kill me?"
Yeah,
and she said, "For Wakanda, I would do anything."
She was ready.
And he said, "Oh shit." That was like that was a perfect example of like the fierceness of a black woman.
Yeah, bro. Ready, trained to go.
Black woman.
He hit
the whole force.
He hit that Kaepernick real quick.
Hell yeah, baby. Look, we can go home. I'm sorry.
Right.
I apologize.
And I think that was one.
Well, yeah, when they came together at that point.
Yeah.
And she was like, "No, you think I'm not about this life?
Right.
And you know I'm about that life. I lead these."
That
women.
was one thing I thought that was really dope about the movie.
Strong, beautiful black women.
But one of the main things was listen to black women. I mean, the smartest girl in the country, 16-year-old black girl. That was amazing. Lupita.
What was her line? That was my favorite line.
Called colonizer?
Colonizer. Hey, hold on, colonizer.
That's what I'm about to call white people.
Hey, black people, don't be out there calling your white friends colonizers.
Fucking do it for me. I'm gonna do it.
Hey, stop what you are doing, colonizer.
That was crazy.
Give it back. Yeah.
Crazy. I mean, her character was cool, and then like Lupita's character literally had the key to the whole movie in the first 10 minutes, and it's just like it literally lets you know, like, hey, if you were listening to the black woman, none of that would have happened.
All my life, they're the greatest support force on earth.
I was raised by one. They're pretty dope.
And they don't support bull. Like what I mean is they're the greatest like source of support on earth.
That's real.
Push you to greatness.
And then the Dora Milaje army, that was so cool. Like they were amazing. Denai from Walking Dead, she's such a good actress, but she's like also a playwright. She's like a genius.
Yeah,
like,
she
those fights. I think she was probably had the best fight choreography. Out of actors and actresses. She went in like that scene when she threw the wig. The theater went crazy.
Because you know, like she doesn't have the power of the Black Panther, but
no, she's a
fucking beast.
She just fighting.
She was fucking them up, stabbing niggas in their foot, throwing them off the fucking second floor.
It's subtle narrative pushes that I think like you have to talking about aesthetics. Mm-hmm. So they're talking trash. It's about the straightened hair.
Yeah,
it wasn't the wig.
She said, it's a stupid thing.
Nobody
and I was like, thank God.
Because his name was never colonized.
So that's why they're talking that trash. It's not about the wig. It's ugly because it's straight. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's not the aesthetic. It's not what we wear.
No Eurocentric or Western values have hit Wakanda.
And that was the thing.
Straight hair.
When she threw the wig, it wasn't about
civilization.
She's hitting her with some hair. She's throwing. This is a rejection of the aesthetic, right? And an affirmation. I
don't have to wear my hair like that.
And they look beautiful with their hair.
Exactly.
It's like
they're gorgeous women. I mean, and that's the thing.
Look at my black hair.
But that's the thing. Eurocentric standards say that's ugly. That's the hair's kinky and rough and all this kind of stuff. And I thought that was really cool. I mean, I love that. The movie was just so layered, man.
I love that part because I hate weaves and wigs. Y'all don't need that shit, okay? Take care of your shit, okay? And then we gonna love you anyway. Just take care of your shit.
I think they know that, but you also have to understand at the end of the day, you gotta work in America. Yeah. So it's just like their black females' hair has always been like a weaponization of culture, and it's been like literally how black women wear their hair is like a political movement. Yeah. And it's just wearing their hair.
But we all wear our hair as a political movement.
Yeah. Exactly. And so it's just like I can't get a job because my hair is like this. And
people get suspended from work, fired, and so in schools like they get in trouble.
I get why black women wear weaves and wigs. It's just that extra BS they just don't have to deal with at the end of the day. face. Like I just want to work this job without somebody saying something.
I really wish.
What was India Irene? Was that song?
I'm not my hero.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, you are.
Yes, you are.
You live in a white country. Wakanda is not real.
This scares the hell out of people right here.
It's just weird. That's just how our hair grows.
Yeah, man.
That's just how it comes out of our head like that.
Then again, they are called dreadlocks, you know. Message.
Message.
As you know.
Oh, man.
It's too much to. There are so many different things that they threw in. What I appreciate in watching it is that it wasn't so. One, it was a good movie, but they were throwing in real concepts.
They were very
real.
They had a lot of integrity in
the
shaping of the story,
and that's how you know who wrote it.
Kugler's from Oakland, and I loved how they incorporated Oakland in the movie because Oakland is where the Black Panthers had their headquarters.
Yeah.
So to end the movie where the Black Panther is funding programs in the place where the Black Panthers tried to, that was really cool.
Was this Disney?
Yes.
You know what this is, and you know what? I'll take it. This makes up for the Lion King, which was anthropomorphic racism, right? Is what I think.
Light skin versus dark skin?
No, because you couldn't give us people. You know what I mean? Couldn't give us people. Couldn't give us a real Disney princess. Had to make them a lion and all of that. I understand we're on Broadway, but no people. Now we have this. Disney's putting it out. Have you noticed? They had what? Moana. Even if that wasn't them, and what was the other one that just came out? Coco.
Yeah.
So
Disney's cleaning up their act.
The narrative.
Yeah.
See, this isn't a couple of people who don't belong to the culture who are coming up with their idea of what they think the culture is. See, it's not affirming in that case because you'll go and be like, what is this shit?
Exactly.
Like, I'm glad to see brown people here, but this isn't authentic. There's no authenticity there.
Right.
But this is different because it's now coming from the culture. You know, these are
right. Marginalized has a voice.
So that's why you can go and say, hey, that's right. The music's right.
Right.
You know, the language or the inflection, the way people are, the people that they're picking.
Stan Lee created the character Black Panther. He couldn't have made that movie though.
No.
There's no way in hell.
Absolutely not.
No way in hell.
Not that we would support in the same way or be affirmed by.
Right.
You know, like, for example, and then I might have to roll and like fuck some shit up, maybe take us in a different way.
Okay.
But people are talking about, well, this isn't the first black one, which is true.
Yeah.
But you had Blade
wasn't directed
by.
by
Shout out to Wesley, you know, because great dude, you know.
He started the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
That was in terms of acting, you know. I don't know you personally, but I'd like to believe you're a good person.
Pay your taxes.
But
please.
We black folks, I don't know if I'm speaking, but we don't really fuck with the occult. That's just not our thing, right? You know, Halloween is not like vampire culture. That's not us.
It was cool to see him, but it's like, that's not our thing. That's not something we latch on to.
We're definitely not the demon thing and spawns of Satan. I know there's no way I could have some demon spawn of Satan on like a poster on my wall.
Yeah, no. We already black. We can't walk around with black shit with symbols on.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You saw what happened to the Black Panthers.
Right, exactly.
But a king, being the king of one of the wealthiest,
he's
most
not only a
powerful,
superhero, he's the king of the
educated,
very wealthy,
you know,
very educated.
Take out the black, just a king of the world's most powerful, right? You are one of the most technologically advanced, benevolent king, educated. What parent wouldn't want to support that?
Exactly.
So, you know,
T'Challa is such a positive image. And I mean, it's dope. And it's just like, not only did the villain change the course of a hero's idea, he changed the way a king ruled his country.
Yeah, he changed the whole idea.
That's crazy. You know, that's awesome. But yeah, so go see Black Panther. It's a great movie. Go see it a third, fourth, fifth, sixth time. Support that movie.
I'm seeing it a second time.
I'm going to see it in a little bit. That's where I'm about to go. I'm going to go see it just like white people did Titanic.
Hey.
Back to back.
Oh my God.
Niles Abston was amazing. Kate Winslet, I don't know. Pick one. I mean that in a positive way.
There was enough room on that door. All right.
Yeah.
Leo did not have to die. Jack, whatever his name was.
It's one of the most depressing movies I've ever seen. I was little too. We had it on VHS with the two VHS.
Yeah, I was a little kid. I cried.
Nigga, I cried to death. I cried because they put that shit on. I had to watch it. It was on the only TV in the fucking house, man.
I like my favorite part was when the dude fell off the back.
That was pretty
and he hit the propeller.
was.
Okay. I went back to see the movie 3 times just for that, and I died laughing.
Well, so we'll end with my famous segment, Sounds About White, where we talk about things that sound a little white. I'm sure you guys, we send our condolences to the state of Florida, what happened in the Parkland shootings. I'm sure you guys are, familiar with what happened, where the student came and shot 17 kids. So what sounded really white about this situation was he was apprehended safely and taken into custody by the cops after killing 17 people.
Damn shame.
So basically what America is telling me is a murderer with a gun on him that is white is not seen as much of a threat as a black dude that's walking down the street minding his own business. As a black woman that's missing a tail light. As a 12-year-old black kid that's playing with a water gun that he had?
Water gun, different colors.
It doesn't even matter.
Orange on the tip.
He was 12.
As a black man with his his family?
And his family in a car with his baby in the backseat.
And a permit.
And verbal communication.
Exactly.
That he had a gun.
A white murderer has killed 17 kids is less threatening than a black man selling cigarettes.
And then those kids are white. Those kids are like the nationalities are, ethnicities are spread out too.
And it's crazy to me. It's just like, it's literally like we were saying, narrative is everything. Woo. Black is seen as threatening, whether it's female or male, gay, trans, whatever. All black people were seen as threatening. This is a white guy that they knew he had a gun on him. He killed 17 kids.
Yeah.
And
that's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. And those are kids that are never going to be able to go to their prom. They're never going to go to college. They're never going to have a job. They're never going to none of that stuff. Yeah. Their parents aren't going to be able to. Those parents had to bury their kids, man. That's crazy.
I saw this one video of his dad talking about like, my wife is at home. She's broken. Like, I don't know.
What can you tell? You can't tell her everything's gonna be okay because it's not.
I don't know what to do now. I don't know what my next move is.
There's nothing you can do about it because you just sent your kid to school like you're supposed to do and they got taken away.
And he was like, she's supposed to be safe. My job is to keep my family safe. And I didn't do that. I sent my daughter to school where she's supposed to be safe.
And there's nothing he could do about it.
That's the reality is. Once you can't control the world, and not only that, your house is in the world as well.
Yeah.
So you can control that, but if something goes on outside of that could potentially affect your house. So love, man. Love at the end of the day is the best form of self-defense, and for no other reason but to protect ourselves from each other. Hey, I love you, brother. You know what I mean? Love you, man.
That's crazy. And it's like. It's crazy, and you're so right because if you love people, you're not gonna let the NRA line your pockets with $3 million and let kids die. Marco Rubio. So it's just that, and that's it. Like, and it's such a simple thing. It's like regular people don't need assault weapons, man.
Black Panther, brother.
All right, so you about to get hit to the movie? We're about to sign off.
You guys see it again.
It's been Niles
Abston.
Abston
Again today too.
Y'all go see Black Panther. It's Jamel Dotson.
Much love.
Much love. This is Black People. Dope.